Santo Coratore, ovunque andrai, mi troverai al tuo fianco per questa maglia. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first edition of our Faces of Roma series here at Roma Forum. My name's Anthony, and today I'm joined with our first ever guest, Peter, the retired former vice president of Roma Club Philadelphia. Good to be with you, Peter.
Anthony, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure and, really privileged to be your first guest.
Yeah, of course. I couldn't think of a better way to start it. I think your background, your story with Roma is interesting. It's emotional, and I think your role in the fan culture in America is really important, especially for what we're trying to do here on Roma Forum.
All right.
So, without further ado, we're going to get into our first question, and that is, where does your story with Roma begin? How did you fall in love? What was that first moment?
It was all very serendipitous. My family happened to be living in Rome in the early 1980s. I was 7, 8 years old, and that coincided with the second Scudetto
Mm-hmm.
and then the run to the final of what was Coppa dei Campioni,
Right.
now the Champions League. As you can imagine, being, a school age kid with all that going on, it
Yeah.
was the memories are fleeting, but you remember the colors, the sounds, and it's all anyone had any cared about.
Yeah. That's like
Talked
that's
about at school, in the apartment building, on the streets, everywhere.
yeah.
Roma, 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 Roma.
Yeah. I mean, living in Italy at that time must have been special in and of itself, but to live in a city like Rome with a team like Roma winning the Scudetto, like what you say the memories are fleeting, but those emotions, the colors,
Yeah,
they
that's
remain. What was
that's
that
what I
like?
remember. My first game was a derby,
Wow.
and
That's special.
since then I had forgotten the score, so I
Right.
looked it up, and it was 0-0. But again, you remember the sounds and the drums beating,
Yeah.
the smoke bombs going off,
Wow.
yellow and red, and my grandmother was terrified that my father was taking me to the
Yeah, yeah.
game because that was, we're in the early '80s there, where
Right.
crowd trouble was very much in vogue, and
Yeah.
you know early '80s in Italy there was very, very, very little control.
Yeah.
But my dad took me anyway, and
Right.
yeah, that was
Like good dads do.
of course. But yeah, it
Yeah.
was just a special time, and you have to remember our first Scudetto was what, the 1940s.
Yeah.
So we're talking about a 40-year drought,
Yeah.
and you see what it's like with a 20, 25-year drought,
Yeah,
and
it's painful. Yeah.
it was multiple generations that were waiting for that Scudetto, and
Yeah.
then to host the Champions League final was,
I can't even
there,
imagine. Yeah.
yeah,
It's
it's
indescribable, I'm sure.
and we joke after we lost the final, my dad decided to go to America.
Yeah. Well, I guess
Nothing
there's
else to do here.
except yeah, run. Right. Now, growing up in Rome, did you have any of those relationships with other fans or your family and Lazio supporters, or what was that
we
culture like, that fan
we
culture?
we lived in the city,
Okay.
so it was 100%.
There were no Lazio
Well,
fans.
there
No,
there
no,
there, there
no
was none that
Lazio.
I
No.
can remember. The school was 100% Roma. If you know
Yeah.
any Lazio fans, they were super quiet in those years.
Yeah.
It was it was really our greatest moment, I think, because
Yeah.
it was different era, but with Falcao and Conti
Wow.
and Pruzzo and Tancredi, I would argue it was even better than the 2001 team. But again,
Yeah.
you're comparing different generations
Yeah, it is.
that
Yeah.
aren't fair, but it isn't fair. But that was a team that made it all the way to the finals of the Champions League
That's crazy.
on penalties.
Yeah.
It was so those are my memories, and again, it's more would you say tactile than
Yeah.
specific memories.
Yeah.
It's
It's like the images come and go, the interactions come and go, but it's those feelings that are like ephemeral.
And one thing I wanted to mention is, like I said, after the finals, we came to America. It was literally a month after something.
Yeah.
It was that summer.
That's
So
actually really
we
funny.
lose
Yeah.
in May or June, whenever it was, and then we were here in the States after that. And my connection, not only to the team and the city, but to Italy, my family, my friends, everyone that was left behind
Yeah.
was the Lupetto.
Yeah.
And that stuck with me through the years. And now I'm getting chills talking about it literally right here. I associated Italy and family and Rome
Yeah.
and football with the Lupetto. That's what I
Yeah.
remember because I was a little kid,
Yeah.
and that's what stuck with me until now really.
Yeah.
But now European football is super popular in the States.
Yeah. Big time. No more going to get a newspaper a week after
Well,
the
me
match.
and my father would drive into South Philadelphia every weekend and we picked the paper up. It was
Yeah.
about 3 days late, but that's what we
Wow.
had. And I would get the Guerrin Sportivo, which is a
Wow.
weekly magazine that
Right.
would come out. And maybe after the show, because everything's down in the basement, I still
That's
have it.
awesome.
And that's what I remember.
Yeah. I mean, I can't. My generation now, we're so lucky because we grew up and very quickly while we were growing up, it became so popular here. So we can all complain about Paramount however much we want, but
I
Paramount's
would have killed for
yeah, yeah,
Paramount
it's a lot better than a 3 day old paper, you
when
know?
um when we first came here. We would get one game a week from a leased time television station in New York.
Wow.
That was one game, and 9 out of 10 games were Juventus,
Yeah, I believe
and
it.
you could only see Roma play when we played them or Milan,
Wow.
and that was it. Other than that, it was reading in the paper. There was no internet, obviously,
Obviously.
and soccer was nothing here.
Yeah.
We're still a decade away from the World Cup, where things started to
Right.
kind of pick up here.
Yeah. I mean, Peter, you represent not just Roma fans in America, but Roma fans in general. I mean, you've seen the club go through so much, and in a particular way, you do represent though the fan of Roma, the fan of the sport in the American context. And you've done a lot of work and put a lot of effort into a group like Roma Club Philadelphia. Can you tell us a little bit about how Roma Club Philly started and how you got
Sure.
involved?
Well, here I'll have to, give that shout out to our president, Massimo Musumeci,
Yeah,
who, was with Roma Club New York when he first moved to the States. But
yeah,
we're talking hundreds of years ago. And when he came down to Philadelphia, he wanted to start the club, and there was not great interest. There was some. And then in 2014, when Roma came here, that was really what set it off and got everyone's act together. So it was founded earlier in 2014.
right.
The friendlies were that summer. We played Inter at the Link, and I think the club was founded in March or April of that year.
Wow. Now, there are a lot of clubs that have come and gone. Like for me, I can speak as someone who grew up in New York, goes to the Manhattan a lot. I'm a member of Roma Club New York. I look around Manhattan and I can see clubs that have come and gone. In particular, I have in my mind right now, like Palermo Club New York. Palermo's a huge team and benefits a lot from really heavy immigration from Sicily
Oh,
to the United
absolutely.
States, which you know plenty about. Um, Something like that, though, it has that spark and then it goes away. Uh, what do you think's kept Roma Club Philly? Is there anything about the city or that
I,
kept it going?
I
11
think
years
I
is
think
impressive.
it's the leadership. Massimo bleeds yellow and red
Yeah,
more than anyone I know, and it's that small zoccolo duro we say in Italian. That
yeah,
that core
yeah,
of us that through COVID, very much wanted to keep it alive, if for no other reason than to say that we're part of Roma Club
yeah.
Philadelphia. As you may know, there's no money in it.
No,
Anything,
no,
you
it's
you
yeah,
you spend a lot out of your own pocket to keep things
it's a
going, and
labor of love. Yeah,
absolutely, and it's really those three, four, five of us that just didn't want it to say bye bye during the pandemic, and now things have started to pick up again.
yeah. Such an emotional thing to even talk about when you speak of something like a club like Roma Club Philadelphia, bringing people together from all over the world. I've been to Roma Club Philly more than once. There are the diehards like yourself who are there uh, as much as they can. There are tourists from Italy,
Yeah,
and they're not only from Rome; they're Roma fans from all over. I mean,
yeah, it's always special hosting the students that may be studying at Temple or
yeah,
Penn or wherever, and you'll get the message on Instagram or Facebook or whatever asking, "Hey, do you guys show the games?" And it's
yeah.
it's always a treat to host them. But we've hosted the president of Roma Club Quito.
Wow.
We've had folks from Brussels,
Friends of
obviously.
Dan Friedkin.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was really out of nowhere.
yeah,
We had just gotten back, and it was early in the season. And there's a guy in the blue tracksuit that they released last
yes,
year, and none of us recognized him.
yeah.
Albeit it was, I think it was a game against Empoli when we lost.
I think so.
It was
Yeah, I remember
De
that.
Rossi.
Yeah,
Now I remember. It was De Rossi's debut against Empoli, and being in August, everyone's down at the shore, so there was literally maybe three of us:
yeah,
Gigio, myself, and maybe Jameson or Ray. We see this guy, and he's all decked out. We're like,
yeah.
this is a bit
It's
strange.
exclusive stuff
Yeah.
too. Yeah, yeah,
So at halftime, we always take a photo. We said, "Hey, do you want to join us for the photo? We're with Roma Club Philadelphia." And he's like, "I'm Ed Shipley. I'm Dan's right hand man."
yeah. It's crazy.
And for a second, you're like, "All right, buddy. I don't even believe it." But we're
Right.
talking. He's passing along information. We're like, he's definitely a
This might
fan.
be
Even
legit. Yeah,
so, after he leaves, I'm googling. I'm like, oh, there he is.
it's
He's
him.
been flying jets with Dan for
Wow.
40 years, and he was more than happy to talk with us. And at the time, he kind of reassured us that the next coach would be a big name and he would be Italian.
Yeah, and he
And
was
and he did,
right.
and he didn't have the name, and I don't think they had the name at the
Yeah,
time, but he was 100% right. We haven't seen him since, but I'm sure he's a busy guy. And
I'm
that
sure.
was super cool to host him,
Yeah,
but
it's amazing the opportunities the clubs can give you to meet people. You know.
absolutely. When I was on my honeymoon 4 or 5 years ago, we were hosted by Roma Club Montemerano,
Wow.
which is a little
Yeah, I can
town in the
imagine.
middle
Yeah,
of
yeah, yeah.
nowhere. We were hosted by the guys in Paris, which was
Yeah, that's awesome. That's a great
super
club.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, and in Palermo as well. There's a
great club too. Yeah,
great club down there that they dedicated their club to Bruno Conti, which is
yeah, it's special.
he was always my favorite. And
Yeah,
I know there's Totti, but for some of us that are a bit older, we remember
yeah,
more than Di Bartolomei for me because I was little.
yeah.
So, we're coming off the 82 World Bruno Conti,
Right.
and, he was my first love.
Yeah,
Even before Totti, we were coming off the 82 World Cup where he was now what would be called the MVP.
right.
Then we won the Scudetto the next year, and then we
Wow.
made the final of Coppa dei Campioni. So, for me, that he was everything to me.
It's special. Totti is so important, not just because of what he did for the club, but for the sport. But Conti was like this. He was a local celebrity. Totti
Absolutely.
might have been the first international celebrity or national celebrity to play, but Conti
Well,
was
there
the real
wasn't
deal.
the how do you want to say it? There wasn't the exposure there
Yeah,
is in
exactly.
the 2000s that there were in the early 80s.
Yeah,
But Conti, not only did he win a World Cup, win a Scudetto, play a Champions League final, he saved us from relegation in
yeah,
2004,
yep.
2005 when Del Neri failed, poor Rudy Fedler failed, and
Wow.
Andrea. Well, there was someone else in there. I can't remember the name. Then he took over and he saved us.
Saved the
And
club.
against
Yeah.
Atalanta, we had our. Can't remember if it was a tie or a win, but Cassano scored, and that's
Oh, wow.
that's what kept us in
Antonio
Serie
Cassano.
A.
Yeah.
And then he's the one that's really the one that found De Rossi, Aquilani, Bolve,
Yeah.
all those kids all came through.
Yeah. Really instrumental in the youth
Yeah,
program. Yeah,
well,
for sure. You've met a lot of people. You've seen a lot of legends play. I mean, just sitting here talking to you, talking about, oh, Bruno Conti was my favorite player. It's like Bruno Conti is a legend. He is like a Maradona level for Roma fans.
well,
I mean,
that's his nickname was Marazzico, half
yeah, yeah,
Maradona, half
yeah,
Zico.
yeah.
So that's what he got after the '82 World Cup. And today, if there was a player I'd compare him to, it would be maybe Kylian Mbappe. He scored less,
Yeah.
but Arjen Robben, he was that type of player,
Yeah.
absolutely you know,
Clinical. Yeah.
dominant, and just he could
Athletic
beat
when
his
they
man
didn't know a
every
lot
time.
about.
Oh yeah, he did that all while smoking
Yeah,
too. Just
literally, yeah, and eating, yeah. So you've met a lot of people, you've seen a lot of legends play live, you grew up with them. What do you think is your most cherished Roma memory, and what makes it in particular important to you?
my most cherished Roma memory is the first time I took my son to the Olimpico.
Yeah.
It was relatively recently, and it was a 1-0 win against
Oh,
Cremonese.
wow.
But and Smalling scored on a head ball. It was with Mourinho. But passing along that passion is probably the most special part.
Yeah.
To be able to share it with the next
Yeah.
generation.
Talk a little more about that. What does that mean for you to see him at the Olimpico as a young guy, like his dad, who was there so many years
He
before,
was
same
probably a
stadium?
few years older than me than when I debuted. But yeah, it's
Yeah.
that same. You get those the goosebumps when you see the curva
Yeah.
and people start singing, and it's you just have to soak up the moment. It's something truly special. I've been to, seen plenty of games, but there's something about the Olimpico
Yeah.
in the curva that's unmatched. And not only that, it's the walk to the stadium
Yeah.
along the Tiber and the Foro Italico.
Yeah.
That every block you get closer, you see more scarves, you see more jerseys, you
Yeah.
see more yellow red. In the last 10 minutes, just a sea of people walking towards the stadium.
Yeah.
So yeah, being able to share that with him is
That's special, and I know he's really taken to it. I mean,
he
he
certainly
loves
has.
Roma.
Yeah, he loves Roma. He loves the Yankees.
Yeah,
That
he
might be.
loves the Yankees. I love the Yankees too. Uh, it's so important,
but
though.
but passing it on, and it's also great that keeping Roma Club Philadelphia going, and we have some younger members. Kids in their 20s, and it's something we had talked about years ago. That, like I said, Massimo's
Yeah,
300 years old. Gigio and I are not too far behind.
yeah,
That you need that infusion of youth to
yeah,
keep it going. And in a city like Philadelphia, it's difficult
yeah,
because in New York, you have all the guys that are, quote, straight off the boat.
yeah. You
And it's
do.
New York and it's huge.
Import export is big there. Yeah,
In Philadelphia, there's very few of us that were born in Italy and came here. And there's very few first generations anymore.
yeah,
So those of us that have that emotional attachment to Roma,
yeah,
it's tough to find, but what's been great is the kids that study abroad at Temple in Rome or the other programs,
yeah,
they come back and they fell in love with Totti.
yeah,
And so many of our members had that experience. They
yeah,
studied in Rome and they fell in love with Totti.
yeah. It's hard not to fall in love
Mm-hmm.
with Dotti. I mean, and it's just he's a
It's,
door into a beautiful world and a beautiful experience and a beautiful culture. I mean, you know,
but it's really important to teach the next generation.
yeah,
You know, get
yeah,
them that passion, because I think really the passion we have for the club is
yeah. It's intense.
unbeatable. It's
It's
certainly
unbeatable.
we may not have the biggest fan base compared to Juve or Milan,
Yeah,
but the intensity of it, that what's the word?
yeah,
That visceral when I sit down and watch the game and I see the jerseys, it just puts a smile on my
yeah. It
face.
does. It's like there's like a biological
Yeah,
reaction.
exactly,
Yeah,
exactly, and it's impossible to explain unless you experience it
yeah,
yourself.
yeah. No, and I think that reaction that we have, that you
Hmm.
have, is infectious.
It is.
It's more of, you sit here and you think, something like Roma Club New York, Roma Club Philadelphia. Like, where does this go when the main players aren't around anymore? But it's
No,
it's just an exposition thing. People experience that one time.
that
It's like, hey, there's something else to this.
that's all you need. That just at one time, and once you're hooked, you're hooked.
You're hooked, and it's bad. It's probably the
Yeah,
worst
you
drug in the
see
world.
very few casual Roma fans.
Yeah,
I
no, I've
really
never
don't
met
know.
any.
I really don't know any.
Nope.
We're all in, and then it's one of those situations where no one, at least no one I know, decided, hey, who do I want to support?
Yeah.
Roma. No, it's not how it goes.
No.
It's not how it goes.
It's always organic
Yeah,
somehow.
it's they grab you.
Yeah.
They
It's
grab you.
true. It's not Juve, Milan, Inter. It's not for trophies. It's something else. It's
I
that
mean,
like primal.
we suffer and we yearn for those trophies,
Yeah.
but it's not what keeps us going. You know,
No.
it's
And it makes you think. It's like, what would we be like if we had those trophies? Probably something really dangerous.
or maybe the opposite.
Yeah, that's true.
You don't know what it would be like. We're so used to not winning
Yeah.
that being being a Romanista is a trophy for us.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, you look
So,
at players who have gone uh, stints at the club from a year, 10 years, 25 years, like Totti. They all say the same thing. There was just something about it that was special.
well, Totti saying it is one thing. When you hear Jeremy Menez or
Yeah.
David Pizarro saying
Yeah.
those were the best years of my career.
Yeah. Perotti, like
Yeah,
my son's in Rome, my son's from Rome, like all these things. It's
yeah,
like, wow, like this is legit,
yeah.
even the pros see it.
Even someone like Paredes, he was here for what, 1 year, 2 years,
Yeah.
went to Russia, then France, and he wanted to come back. He said, "This is
Yeah.
where I want to be."
Yeah. El Sharawi plays for Milan, Roma, goes to China. Where's the next stop?
Back
Back
to Rome.
back to Rome.
Yeah,
Back to Rome. It's where he belongs. He feels at home. It's something so special because it's a way that we can see professional athletes participating in that love that we have.
yeah.
It's real.
Which is
It's not a
rarer and
joke.
rarer
Yep.
these days. It's when you hear Dybala wants to stay, finish his career here, or
Yeah.
we want to extend Mancini for
Yeah.
that.
To
That's the kind of stuff.
2045, hopefully.
Yeah, that's the kind of stuff that excites us.
Yeah. It
It's
is.
Nainggolan when he got sold to Inter. Normally, that's the move of your career.
Yeah, he looked like it was the worst day of
Yeah,
his
he
life.
hated it. He
Yeah,
hated every minute
yeah,
of it.
yeah. He really did.
Yeah,
You know,
Kevin Strootman, another guy that if
oh
it
my
wasn't for his
gosh.
knees,
Yeah.
he would have been one of the greatest midfielders of all time. And
Yeah. But I think he's so special to us as fans. The effort he put in, like, wow, really special
but
player.
it's the attachment.
Yeah.
Is when they score in a derby, it's more than just your normal
Oh, yeah.
celebration.
Totally. It's visceral. It's primal. It's like it's biological. But when you see a player who played on Roma 10, 15, 20 years ago on Instagram wearing our home kit,
Still,
and
yeah.
it's like, come on.
You don't see that with Juventus. You don't see that with any other
And,
club.
and and when you do see it, it's like these guys who won 6, 7, 8 trophies. It's easy.
Hmm.
It's easy to wear the jersey 10 years after you won the Champions League or the Scudetto 5 times. It's special. But you've experienced Roma as an Italian. You're sort of like this cross the
I feel like
ocean.
I'm that
Yeah,
connection
you
because I
are.
understand the sport as we understand it here, and I understand the sport and the support as we have it over there. So
Yeah.
I feel like I'm right in the being from Italy and growing up here. I feel that I can connect those two worlds. I understand the sport and support like we have it here in the States, and I understand how it is where it originated in Italy. And
Yeah. That's a really special perspective.
it,
And
I agree with that. It is. It's a unique perspective,
yeah.
and sometimes the fans here get on my nerves,
Yeah.
but just as often the fans over
Over
there
there get on your nerve. Yeah.
get on my nerves.
Yeah.
It's
As someone with that background, it's my next question is exactly about this. It's what do you feel is different about being a fan over there from being a fan over here? And then what are the similarities?
as far as being over there, it is very much a part of your life. You have the culture of going to the stadium every Sunday. We'll put that in quotes because
Yeah.
now the games are all week long, but
Right.
it's,
Yeah.
meeting up with your cousin or your uncle or your classmates, your friends, grabbing a slice or a panino and a
Yeah.
beer and making your way to the stadium. Now, I'm all over the place today, but I was just in Italy with my father,
Yeah.
and we went to see Palermo Venezia, and we picked up one cousin of his, we picked up the other cousin of his, and they went to the game like they did 40, 50 years
Yeah.
ago when they were kids. And
Yeah.
So you don't have that culture here, but I
Right.
think honestly, knowing the guys from the forum,
Yeah.
the members at Roma Club Philadelphia, the passion is the same.
Yeah.
The passion is the same. Obviously, I think there are a lot of differences between the ultras and the organized fans in Italy and in Europe
Right.
compared to the very inorganic Sons of Ben that you have here.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
it's great, but it's such a pathetic attempt to
Right. Yeah.
recreate what's organic over there. And I have friends that are part of the Sons of Ben, so hopefully they're not watching this.
Yeah.
But it's a very desperate attempt to try to recreate what we have in Italy and in Europe, which can't be recreated because it's different. Being a Romanista in Rome or a Palermo fan in Palermo, it's your everyday life.
Yeah.
It's really what you talk about first thing in the morning. And here we're a minority. I go to the office, you go to school. You're not going to find too many Roma fans
Yeah.
there. You're not going to find too many Serie A fans over
Yeah.
there. So it's different. Whereas over there, you're surrounded by it.
It's everywhere. It's a
Yeah,
culture.
it's something that you learn very, very young and it sticks with you for your entire life and you pass it from generation to generation.
Yeah.
And, maybe one day that's what happens here eventually, but we'll always be in the minority because here
Yeah.
we have the NFL, the MLB, and all the other
Yeah.
sports, and it's normal, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But I think that's also what makes supporting Roma or any club over here just that more special because you're
Yeah.
part of something that everyone else doesn't understand.
Yeah. It's amazing.
Mhm.
You know, now we've talked a lot about players, and people don't understand, like you said, the culture of the sport. But I think there are similarities with fans of the NBA, fans of the NFL. People don't understand the connection fans feel with the players because of how much deeper we feel the connection to the team, right? Talked about a lot of players. Are there two players that you look at, you would say maybe they weren't the best, two of the most underrated players that if you're out and you're somewhere, these are the guys you go to bat for? It's Bruno
Anthony,
Conti doesn't count because
no,
that's
no,
another.
and I'm a sucker. I truly fall in love with just about everyone.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, yeah.
We've joked about it for a year or two now. Zekichelli.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I love him like he's a cousin.
Yeah,
I,
I
I,
know.
I really do. And Leandro Cufre, who was with Spalletti's first Roma,
Right.
he was a left back. He played in the Braccetto, but usually on the left. And he had two cinder blocks for feet. But that guy, he left with a maglia sudata every game.
Yeah.
And you could never say anything about his effort. He
Yeah.
was not a good player.
Yeah.
Not let me tell you, he was not a talented player.
Yeah.
He made the Argentine national team, and I think he coaches Paraguay right now.
Okay.
But he was just that player that I think represents what we are looking for,
Yeah.
and that's why we loved someone like Nainggolan and Stroop
Yeah.
because they had the lungs, they had the passion, and they actually had the talent.
Yeah.
And another one is Annoni. And he was
Okay.
a player from the 80s,
Yeah.
and he was also, he was your classic stopper, Catenaccio style,
Yeah.
but he was someone that you could never ever have anything to say about the effort he put in.
Yeah. What is that for someone who's listening or someone's watching and they don't know that much about maybe the culture around Roma, it's their first time. This concept of the maglia sudata it's not just an Italian phrase.
Yeah.
There's a whole thing to it.
Yeah.
What does that mean for a Roma fan for you?
We have 3 Scudetti in 97 years of
Yeah.
existence, 96, 97 anyway, we're there.
Yeah.
3 Scudetti. So you're looking for something else.
Yeah.
And we want to see the players have that same attaccamento, that same attachment that we have.
Yeah.
So all I ever oh look, during the season you get mad after a
Yeah.
loss. Dobbvik drives you crazy.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, that's what makes me happy, what makes me satisfied. If I can be proud of the team, if they really, as we say here, gave it their all,
Yeah.
they're 110%. That's all I've ever asked for in a player for Roma.
Yeah.
I don't like the guys that are just putzing around
Yeah.
and
Walking. Yeah.
yeah, I don't care. We could lose 3-0 every game. If those guys gave everything,
That's what matters.
that's
Yeah.
at the end of the season. That's when I'll say, hey, I love this team, but I respect this team as well.
Yeah. I think
That's it.
there's this dimension of the Roma fan, this satisfaction or this comfortability with effort.
Yeah,
It's
at
like,
100%.
you know, I would love to go out and win every match,
Hmm.
take 3 points, win the Scudetto every year, win the Europa League, win the Champions League. But in my heart, I know that if the team is a bunch of mercenaries and they
Yeah,
come and go and they don't really care, it's going to feel different. It's not going to feel the same.
I a
That
hundred.
soaked jersey, that sweated jersey, is what makes.
That's what I want to see.
Yeah, it is.
That's what I want to see.
It's what we all want to see, really.
Hmm.
Because I know, I'm a big guy. I'm at Roma Club New York, or I'm at home. I'm sweating, so they better be sweating even more.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's to that point. For many years, I was unable to watch games live
yeah,
because I would feel physically sick. And I'm saying this as an adult. And my father would give me the hardest time about it. Just watching afterward, and I'll watch unless we got blown out.
yeah.
I'd watch it afterwards, but I couldn't
Stomach it live.
stomach it. It's where your heart's in your throat and
Yeah,
you're breathing a little funny. And this year, that I'm watching them all.
yeah,
When it's possible, I'll watch them live. It's
yeah.
sometimes
Busy,
you're
yeah.
busy,
Life.
but I'll watch them live. And even if we go down, I won't turn off the TV. That was another classic for about
Yeah,
20 years. As soon as we go under, I turn it off, and
yeah,
I'll mow the lawn. I'll start
yeah,
vacuuming. Then I'll check back in.
yeah,
For a while, my son would watch, and then he'd call me down when we tie, or we'd go
yeah.
ahead while I'm doing laundry. So it's one of those situations where the emotions are so strong
Yeah,
they can physically make you sick.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
for instance, I don't watch penalty kicks.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't either. I try not
I
to.
don't.
Sometimes I'm just a glutton for punishment.
At the Grand Cafe, I step outside.
Yeah,
That's the way it is. I just don't want to see him.
yeah, and it's a testament though to the love and the passion that we share, and
Hmm. Well,
it's
I
like
was
this
just at
torture.
not to interrupt, I was just at Roma Lille,
Oh yeah,
and we were in the by the other goal on the other side, but I was watching, and there was three teenagers sitting next to us, and this kid, he's probably 18, 19, maybe 20 years old. He was turning around, didn't want to watch.
yeah, yeah. It's real.
And
This
I wanted to
is.
kind of smack him on the head jokingly. Come on, buddy, you paid for the ticket.
Yeah, yeah,
Just like my father would do with me. Like, what the hell are you doing?
yeah,
Watch the game.
yeah. Now sometimes it's impossible.
Yeah.
You just have to hide your face. Yeah, but
It's and that's early season game
yeah, and it's
with really zero on the
Europa
line.
League. Yeah,
Zero on the line.
yeah,
Match day 2.
nothing.
And the
Yeah,
kid couldn't watch.
yep. I mean, that is a perfect. That's like a great encapsulation. The 18-year-old, a
Yeah.
baby,
He's
unable
already
to watch.
there. He's already
Yeah,
there. It takes other of us, decades to
yeah,
build up. But yeah, he already had
yeah.
it, and it's
Well, listen. That means if he's 18 now doing that, that means his formative years as a true teenager, he had to see Bodo Glimt beat Roma 6-1
oh
in
yeah.
Norway. So, you know,
Yeah,
different.
it's for the Roma fan in his or her 20s and 30s. You don't have any titles except for the Conference League,
Yeah,
but you've had a pretty successful period to
yeah,
have followed in that, putting aside the last 6 years, and it's been 6 years, which is
yeah.
crazy.
That is
It was
crazy.
Champions League every year.
Yeah,
In the 80s, in the 90s, that was just not,
yeah,
we played the final in 84, 85.
yep.
And the next time we played was 2002, 2003.
Yeah,
So
I mean, you're talking about 20, almost
yeah,
20 years.
yeah.
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 That's a generational gap. But I mean, we talked a lot about some really intense stuff, and I wanted to include in the interview this sort of quick fire round where I ask you a few questions and you tell me your quick answer to them, if it's possible. We're going to
Let's
try
do
our
this. Let's
best,
do this.
okay? So, quick fire round question number one: favorite Roma jersey of all time? Yeah, it's bad. I say quick fire, and it's like
I'm going to give you a bad answer here. Anyone with Barilla
okay,
on it, because again,
as a
that's
yeah,
what you remember.
that's the era. Yeah,
That's with the Lupeto and Barilla. And I
yeah,
don't think you can find a Roma fan, whether they ever saw a match with the Barilla on. That's what we all have that
yeah,
connection to it. We
yeah,
all buy Barilla pasta. That was the best
yeah, yeah,
sponsorship they
yeah,
could
yeah,
possibly
yeah.
get, because if you look in my cabinets, there's Barilla in there.
Yeah,
So
it just represents a whole generation.
yeah.
But all right, quick fire question number two: one player you'd have dinner with, past or present, living or dead?
Conti.
Conti. Wow, best goal you've ever seen live?
Roma Empoli played at La Barbera. Totti's chip shot.
Wow, favorite memory from Roma Club Philadelphia?
Totti's retirement party.
Wow.
You've never seen more grown men cry.
Yeah, I believe it. Speaking of crying, describe Roma in one word.
Sofferenza.
Yeah.
Suffering.
Yeah, suffering. It's like a beautiful suffering, though.
It is. A lot of suffering, though. There's,
Yeah.
we talk about it in the chat all week long, that when things don't go well, the week doesn't go
Yeah,
well.
it
And it's
really does.
when we win, I feel this energy about me. The sun's shining.
Everything's better.
Everything is
Yeah.
better. Monday morning, I'm off to work.
It's it's like singing in the rain.
Yep.
Yeah,
No, that's
it's
100%.
true.
It's
Yeah.
better than any drug that you
Whoa,
do.
by far. Yeah.
That's
Yeah. But thank you, Peter. Thank you for coming on to Faces of Roma.
Anthony,
It was
thank
a
you for
pleasure
having
talking
me.
to you. It was great. I think that this is hopefully going to be a way for people, casuals, if there are any, or people new, to get a little bit of insight from a real Romanista fragico, right?
Fragico.
Um, yeah, thanks a lot. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. If you enjoyed, please follow us. We have Roma Forum podcast on YouTube. We post our podcast on all.
Can I interrupt
yeah,
this?
yeah.
Anthony and the guys at Roma Forum, he drove, what was it, an hour in traffic, even more, to come here?
It was a while, yeah.
To sit in my backyard to interview
Yeah.
to interview me, and I think that really speaks to the passion here.
Yeah.
You didn't need to do this.
Yeah.
You're getting no money for this.
No, but it's what we do.
It's what we do.
We go far and wide to talk to the people that share the same love that we do.
Roma's in good hands with fans like you. And
yeah, well, I appreciate
you're 20 or so years younger than me, so you're very literally the next generation that has to keep this going.
Yeah.
And, one day there'll be little gentiles running around the house. And,
hopefully with Roma jerseys on.
Absolutely.
That's the only choice. It's the only choice.
I told my son he can be a Yankees fan, he can be a Chiefs fan,
yeah,
he can be a Sixers fan. I don't care. The one thing you don't have a choice is
Roma. Yeah, yeah.
That's all there is.
It's not something argued or discussed. It's something loved.
Mm-hmm.
But again, yeah. Thank you again, Peter. Follow us on all of our socials for more content like this. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to share, like, and follow us. Ciao, guys. Thank you.
Yeah.